Hello and welcome to Subnautica Extras. I'm out here at the back of the Aurora where there's a Reaper Leviathan over there. Because I want to actually test and see what the Seamoth here is like when you get too close to one of these Reapers and it gets a hold of you. And sometimes what happens is that you could be out looking for things. Next thing you know, one of these Reapers has actually snuck up on you, grabbed a hold of you, and it starts to crush the Seamoth. And I want to see what the impact is. So I've got this Seamoth here, which has got no upgrades in it at all. Because you can get upgrades like the hull integrity upgrade. There's also a perimeter defense upgrade as well. Now there is one other thing I wanted to test as well, was that I've noticed while playing the latest version is that I've got all this inventory that I've got on me before I've actually come out, but I've got no actual messages popping up whenever I go back to base. What used to happen is you used to get a message saying that your inventory was saved, and that's not happening anymore. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see what happens to your inventory, because normally whatever you've got on you after you've left your base gets preserved if you die. Anything that you've got which is new is lost. So there's a couple of things I want to test. I mean, what I have found is that if I die, I don't respawn in the Seamoth. Even though the Seamoth is closer, I'll end up either respawning in the life pod, respawning in the base, but I don't respawn in the Seamoth. So I want to see what the impact's like if I pick something up new now since I've left the base. So there's some stuff lying around down here. So there's some salvage here, for instance. I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to enter the Seamoth. The name seems quite fitting, I think, because I want to see if that gets preserved if I die. I mean, it's a bit hit and miss, because sometimes what I've found is that I might run into a Reaper and it might actually let me go, in which case the Seamoth's really damaged, but I can get away. On occasions it might not let me go, in which case the Seamoth gets crushed. I might just think I'm getting away, but it manages to catch up with me, and then the Seamoth gets finished off. But I'm going to put that to the test, but I want to wait until it's a bit more lighter than this. I want to wait till the sun comes back up, because it's too dark to see much. So I'm going to pause the video and then I'll come back once it's light. Okay, so the sun's starting to come up. So let's see if we can find this Reaper. It's out here somewhere, because I can hear it. Sometimes they'll actually just ignore you and bounce off. So here it is. So what I'm doing at the moment, I mean, I'm just trying to avoid it. I mean, I'm just going around in a clockwise direction. I mean, it's a big Leviathan, so it's, you know, close up it's not that difficult to avoid, but let's see what happens once it gets a hold of us anyway, because that's the first test. Let's see how our Seamoth survives. Well, assuming it does, that is. Right, so it's coming around for another pass, I think. Let's see if I can encourage it. Okay, so it's got a hold of us and we went straight down to the 90s, the 80s. I'm trying to escape, but nothing's happening. You know, I'm pressing the movement keys, but right. So on that occasion we got away. So that's handy. And I can hear it behind me, I think. But it's not coming to the shallows. So on that occasion I did manage to get away. So that's not too bad, actually. So it is hit and miss. I mean, I think if I'd been out in the deeper areas, I think it would have come after me and just got me eventually. But I'm going to jump out. I want to repair this. I'm going to leave it here for now. Because the next thing I want to test, I mean, I'm wearing a reinforced diving suit. Just want to see how effective the stasis rifle is on the Leviathan there. It should basically freeze it in place for a very brief period of time, which might give you some sort of like time to get away, or you could just keep, you know, freezing it, hit it with a knife, and just keep repeating. But it's I'd imagine it would take quite a long time to do. Yeah, it's a bit further out now. Oh, there it is. Missed. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, so we managed to get away. Now that bubble isn't lasting very long at all. And if I get up close to it, you can see I can hit it. But I think it'll probably be a lot of effort to actually kill it. You've also got the repulsion cannon, which does have an effect on it. So that's another option. Oh, that's interesting. It's spinning around in a circle. That's quite amusing. I think I've probably really annoyed it now. But I want to test my inventory anyway. I want to see if my inventory lasts, because I've picked something new up. This bit of salvage here. And I want to see if it lasts, because we went into the Seamoth. Now when I die, I'm going to respawn in the base. So I'm quite curious to see if that survives. So it took quite a bit of damage there from that hit there. So let's see how many hits it takes before it can kill us. It's not showing much enthusiasm, I must admit. I would have expected more of this. Okay, so 2, and it almost killed us with 2. So one more go probably. Come on. Come on. It seems crazy chasing after a Reaper. Say about 4 hits. I mean, it almost killed us on that third one. I thought we would be gone after 3. Right, in this case we've respawned back at the life pod. I'm assuming we must have been closer to the life pod than the base. Well, in my case, the base is very close to the life pod anyway. So, my base is over there. Right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to get some food. I want to pick up the upgrades here from this Seamoth, because I want to test them against the Reaper. See if they help. So I've got a hull reinforcement and a perimeter defense.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So I want to see if they're effective. I mean, I want to see if the actual Seamoth will last longer while it's got that hull reinforcement. But I also want to see what effect that perimeter defense has on the Reaper. And another test I want to do is I want to bring the Cyclops closer, so that it's closer to where I die than the actual base or life pod. Because I'm pretty sure you used to respawn in your Cyclops early on.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
So I want to test that out as well.
Engine powering up.
Okay, so we'll bring this Cyclops closer to where we are. I mean, I don't want to bring it too close, because Murphy's Law, I'll end up pulling the Reaper onto the Cyclops. And they're quite interesting when they get destroyed, actually. Right, so he'll head over there, and I'll put the upgrades into the Seamoth. We'll see how that lasts with an upgraded hull reinforcement, and we'll test out the perimeter defense system. And then what I'll do is I'll go out on my own and I'll test the... I'll run a test without the reinforcement diving suit, because it took about 4 hits. And I'll also pick something up to see what happens to my inventory. So the Seamoth now, the Cyclops now is a lot closer than either my base or life pod. So if that still works, we'll respawn in the Cyclops unless they've taken that option away. So let's just put some upgrades in here. Assuming I can get to the actual upgrade bay. So, reinforced hull and perimeter defense. Perimeter defense isn't automatic. You've actually got to select it and then you've got to activate it. So, right, here goes. We're going out with better hull strength. And we've got a perimeter defense system. I mean, I can hear it out there, I just don't see it. Where have you gone? Where has it gone? Aha, there you are. Come along. Aha! Right, so we electrified it. Turned on the perimeter defense system and that scared it off. So that's good. So that definitely comes in useful. So I mean, we're down to 85 hull strength. And I have no idea where that thing's gone to. So I mean, before, without that, normally it just grabs a hold of the Seamoth and you're just stuck. You can't get away until the actual, you know, the Reaper lets go. So I'll leave that off and I'll see how we fare with the just with the extra hull strength. So it's definitely useful, that perimeter defense then. I mean, it's certainly let us get away much quicker. Right then, where have you gone? Oh no, I hope I haven't chased over to here, because then we'll end up... Oh, it's over there. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want it over there, because we'll then start heading for my base. I'm going to have to... Alright, okay, it's back into this area, that's alright. Last thing I want is it going for the base or the Cyclops. Right, so how do we fare? Right, it's got a hold of us. It still can't get away. Nope. His hull strength isn't doing much use. It's not doing much use at all, I just cannot get away. Oh, Struth, I'm down to about 10. So having that extra hull strength didn't really make much difference, to be honest. Oh, I can hear it behind me. I'm not liking this at all. Okay, I think we should be okay down here. I'm going to hide my Seamoth. I'm going to repair it. Yeah, I'm surprised that. I would have thought... I mean, as I say, it's a bit hit and miss. I mean, sometimes it can grab a hold of you and it just crushes you before it would normally let you go anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't assume that just because you've got that hull reinforcement that you're going to survive better. Your better option seems to be that perimeter defense system, because as soon as you apply that, it shoots an electric charge, and then that Cyclops lets go. So the next thing is I'm going to take off my diving gear. So this is the reinforced diving gear. We survived 4 took about 4 hits with reinforced diving gear. Now I don't have any. The Cyclops is just over there, which I don't like because that thing's right over here. Right, so let's see how we do over here then. So I want to see if I can pull it over here because I'm not keen on it being out here. Because then it's getting close to the base. Where are you? Ooh, there you are. Yeah, I'm going to pull it further out of here. I'm more comfortable with it being behind the Aurora. I'll leave it over there. It might decide to head over to where my base is. Come here. Okay. Oh, it almost got within just 1 hit. 1 hit and we're almost dead. Wow, that's a big difference that reinforced diving suit makes. Synthetic fibers. It's impressive, like. Right, where have you gone? It's pretty murky around here. Oh, don't like this. It's gone after the Seamoth. I mean, my Seamoth's still intact. So is the Cyclops. Oh, there it is there. See if I can coax it out a bit further. Nah, it's just turning around. I'd really prefer to be out here. Oh no, no, don't go over there. Don't go over there. So we went in about 3. Ah, yes, so we have. So that does still work. We've respawned on the Cyclops now, so that's better. So if you're out and about, and you're going to be a good distance away, then you really want to have your Cyclops close by. The last thing you want is to, be at the far end of the map and find that you've lost, you've respawned all the way over at base, because then you'll have to go hunting for your Cyclops. Our inventory is still intact as well, so that's interesting. So your inventory now survives. It doesn't matter if you get killed; you'll hold on to all of your inventory. So that's quite a change in the mechanics of the game. So yeah, that's been interesting. I mean, I've certainly learned a few things there. I mean, the hull integrity for that Seamoth, I'm not overly impressed about, to be honest. I thought that would have helped us survive much better against the likes of those Reapers, for instance, but it didn't seem to make much difference. It is a bit hit and miss though as to whether one of those Reapers will, finish off your Seamoth in one go, or whether it'll take 2. So it's just one of those things where they come up and surprise you, usually out of nowhere. You're just wandering around looking for things, and the next thing you know, that a Reaper suddenly got a hold of your Seamoth. So that perimeter defense is the best thing to have, because it electrocutes them, and then you can get away, and your hull integrity is much better. And if you die, you could respawn in the Cyclops, or your base, or your life pod, depending on which is closer than. So that's It makes things a lot easier, I must admit. I mean, if you're playing the full hardcore mode, that's kind of irrelevant. As soon as you die, that's it. You're finished.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So I think I'm going to go back and retrieve Expendable. I'm quite impressed it actually survived. I thought it would get written off. The only problem now is I've got a Reaper that's a lot closer than I'd really prefer. But that's all for this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If so, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like. If you want to see more content, then if you haven't already done so, do please subscribe. And you'll get reminders when new content comes out. So until the next video, thanks very much for watching. And bye!